since it is online, I think the last online here. Next week will be the break. After break, there's no online supposed to be face to face. And for today, just I think it needs maybe half an hour just to brief you your group project. Okay, your group project, as I mentioned before this, you have you have to form your own group. Minimum 3, maximum 5. It's up to you. Can choose your members, your group members, and hope that everyone has a group, at least a group. There's, if you don't have a group, then there's no mark for the group. 20%. Previously, I think last sem or last 2 sem, I have a case that student uh, with no group and did the project individual without any members. So I rejected that the project because it's a group, it's not individual. Individual assignment, you have already. In every topic, I will give you assignment so that you can practice. That the assignment, the mark is 20% out of 50. For the group is 20% and another 20% for the test. So basically, overall, we have done all the assessment except for the, including this group when I release for today, except for the individual assignment. I will give again, continue after the last topic so that you can practice. So please make sure all these assessment activities you complete all. And this for the carry mark, the total mark is 50. Then make sure your carry mark later after you finish this semester before the final exam. Inshallah, we'll release your carry mark before your final exam. So you must target at least 30 out of 50. If 35 to 40, I think it is good for you. And for the final exam is another 50%, but the full mark is 100%. So I think new regulations, maybe you know already, the minimum passing mark for the final exam is 30. So if you your final exam less than 30, even though your carry mark maybe 45 like that, and basically if you you add up these two, even though maybe you pass 50, more than 50%, but with the concern that you have to have minimum score of exam is 30 per 100. So if you get 30 and 30 above plus the carry mark, then finally you pass that 50% altogether, then get pass. Otherwise, you fail for whatever subject actually. For this is the theme. Okay, clear? Okay, I have already posted the group assignment. I think this is quite familiar to you. The problem. ChatGPT Scramble is a company with 20 outlets throughout Malaysia. The company decided to reduce its operation costs and close some outlets. Any outlet that is closest to each other need to be closed. Based on this decision, you are tasked with finding 10 outlets that meet the condition. Below are some example of outlet. These are just example, but the rest we have to think that the case study, the data set, so that you can test for any data. So when you do your project, your application, not just you do for this specific, because this specific basically no need to develop algorithm application, just calculate manually like you did from your test. So when you develop some application, you have to think about the generalization of the case study. Any case study can fit to the application. can cope with that application. Okay. Okay. Your tasks are as follow. You have two tasks here. Divided into two. What we call it project 1A and project 1B. So project 1A basically is your development. So task A, understand and solve the problem above and develop a program. So you have to understand, you discuss within your group, your members, and after that you try to find the solution based on that. And in terms of maybe algorithm, after you understand, you know that the solution, the algorithm, you have to apply and you have to develop a program. So any language doesn't matter. Okay, after that, by using the program, conduct experiment series of experiment could be to show it time consuming when n increases by based on a machine dependent approach. I think you know the machine dependent approach. You have to develop, you have to conduct experiment, you have to state this the 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 spec, and finally you have to record time and you have to plot the guidance to show that the complexity based on the machine independent, because this is part of the learning algorithm as part of the on top of the what we did from the analysis using the BO, the acceptability analysis. Okay, for your information element for grading purposes for this first project, task one is the implementation of task 1A, which is actually the developments, the programs. So you have to demonstrate the programs, and from there you have to do some experiments. B, the implementation of task 1B, which is the some experiment. So these two basically for this project A, altogether 100%, where the A element A is the implementation for task one, which is understand, solving the solution, and also development is 40%. For the experimental task or result, another 60%. So altogether 100%. Okay, for task two, write a report with a maximum 6 pages only, excluding appendix with the following topic. So you have to write report. Another, this project two, normally call 1B, project 1B. You have to write report because this is part of the activities or a part of the outcome when you understand algorithm. Also, you have to understand how to report the algorithm. So you have to write report and also submit through this Google Classroom. But in terms of number of page, the maximum is 6 pages, can be less than that. So do not exceed 6 pages, excluding appendix. Appendix where you have to put all the, for example, coding and so on. So 6 pages, you have to arrange it accordingly and make sure you write in very precise and concise. Don't use any tools like Chat GPT, write from your own, where basically this is part of your express. You express your understanding based on your project given. Okay, under the report, first I guide you with this. First, you have to have this topic introduction where you discuss and describe in brief the problem above, maybe around half a paragraph, or maybe around one paragraph, uh, maybe quarter of the page, like that. It depends on you. Finally, you have to check whether you still in the within the 6 pages. And next is you have to talk about algorithm design, where what is the algorithm, how you solve the algorithm. Maybe you can put that the algorithm circuit so on. So here is the subtopic that you need to put in all this related to algorithm design. And next topic is experimental report or experimental result, where you report and discuss. The first is your solution, your algorithm, and how you prove that this in terms of correctness. So achieve that the goals, from the problem you achieve. The goal is to solve the problem as given above. And the second is experiment for the time currency, where actually this related to the task one B just now. so the experiment of the complexity, then how you can report that the graph whatever is up to you. I don't guide that. Then it's depend on your group. So please use your creativity, use or your critical thinking when you decide whatever you want to report here. Okay. And last is a conclusion. Then you have to put some conclusion, maybe few sentence, few lines, and I think that's it because this just to conclude your report. And next is appendix where you put basically source code what and any other thing that you cannot put in the report, then you can put under the appendix. Okay, for the element for grading purposes, for the introductions, basically 5 mark. Algorithm design implementation, example of programming programs on 40 mark. Experiment for probing the solution, 20 mark. Experiment for time conversity, 20 mark. Conclusion 5 mark. And source code, maybe the 10 mark. Altogether 100 mark. Okay, so these are project task 2 or project 1B. Task 1 is project 1A. 1A is 10%, 1B also another 10%. Altogether 20% based on the carry mark, but for the full mark here for each is 100%. So when the 100% I just take for the project 1A is 20%, 10% out of 100 full mark, similar to the task 2 or project 1B. Okay, instruction, the due date is on Monday, which is I think the week 14, our last week before we end our semester, July 7, 2025, before 11th time, where you had to submit through this Google Classroom. And please submit before the due date or due time. And note that the group project submission must be done by a group leaders only. So you have to appoint one of the appoint a leader, and only that leaders submit that the report. Okay, no need to submit for each of student for each student. Okay, do not forget to write all group members and their student ID for the report. So you write here, especially I provided already this uh, 5 here. You write here so that I know that. And this is actually for the grading purposes when I try to write to give a mark for each. So make sure everyone has a group and listed in whatever group so that I can so that everyone has a mark for this group assignment. Okay. Okay. Any questions so far? Finish. Ada soalan?
No, Doctor.
Tak ada. Ha? Tak ada? Okay. If no question, I think we stop here. And please form your groups. Make sure you have members minimum 3 and maximum 5, not less than 3 and not greater than 5. So 3, 4, 5, uh, you can form your own group. It's up to you. Okay. Once you form, then you try to arrange time how to discuss and make sure this is a group project supposed to be. You have to discuss in group. Do not just basically your normal style is you give you you assign subtask for each without discussion. And I think this is no point because this is a group. You have to think in group. Always discuss in group. Always do in group. Do not outsource for each individual unless you have discussed and decided already in group. Then maybe you can split into sub tasks. Otherwise become individual group. So you have to know each other. You have to know as a collective, as a group, this project. Because during the presentation, I will ask any of you in the group. Okay, there's no basically formal presentation, so it is informal, and I will ask anyone of you in group to if I have any question. So please get ready. Okay. Okay. Clear.
Clear, sir.
Okay, if clear, I think if you have any question, you may ask. If you have any question, you may leave this group and see you after the break and have a nice holiday. Continue from 3 week to 4 week. Wow, enjoy your holiday, even though it's not official break, but actually online is still to me